have a good friend of mine, health insurance agent, Jay Weigel. Jay, say hello to our crowd.
Hey everybody, Mark, thanks for having me, man. I'm excited to be here.
We're excited too, Jay. And again, I'm on set with Sawicki, along with most things these days, are COVID compliant. So I'd come out and shake your hand and give you a hug, but I really can't. So we'll save our gift for the next time we can socially distance and see each other, and I'll give you that bonsai tree you've been asking me for. So
Fair enough, buddy.
no problem, Jay. So why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself and a little bit about your business?
Very good, man. Mark, I've been in insurance, man, for 27 years or so. I've done everything from working in an all-state office. I've owned my own independent agency. I've been a consultant to insurance agents, and now I'm just exclusively in the health insurance world. So right now, our area of focus is really medically underwritten plans for healthy people. This is kind of middle America, right? And they don't really have a place to go. The Obamacare stuff is too expensive. It's local coverage. If they don't have a big work plan, then they just kind of don't have anything that fits. And so we're focused on providing solutions for those people these days. And it's a lot of fun, and it's a big need.
Well, I can say that I know for sure you have helped out friends of mine, employees of mine, and clients of mine in general. So thank you for again hopping on this. We kind of joked before about being COVID compliant, but how has COVID affected your area of business?
It's been interesting, man. It's been a bit of a roller coaster. In the beginning, it actually was more like a springboard because jobs were changing. People maybe reduced hours, losing jobs, and so they were looking for a solution if they did lose that group insurance. And then, as the economic problems compounded, then they became more anxious about paying for insurance at all. So the problem essentially got bigger. But at first, we'd see people willing to make the jump and move over and look for an insurance solution. And now, unfortunately, we're finding that a lot of people just don't have a great solution. They're scared to spend any money at all if their job future is still up in the air. So it's been interesting. I'm certainly grateful to be in an industry that's still able to function, but it's been an interesting ride.
So you've been able to help former clients and people I'm friends with in general. Who is your ideal client?
Man, our ideal client probably they're probably a business owner, they're probably an entrepreneur, a startup. If they own a small business and don't have a ton of employees, maybe they've got 10 or 15 employees and they're not offering group insurance, that's a help. If they're an independent contractor, they may work at a restaurant, they may sell pharmaceutical devices or pharmaceuticals themselves or insurance, or they're not getting group insurance. Those people are great for us. Mark, in your world, you have people with life changes. If somebody has a child or gets a divorce, right, and they're used to getting insurance on a spouse's work plan, and now that's no longer an option. People like that are great fit for us. We're able to come in and provide a solution. We usually reduce their cost substantially, but we're also able to provide high quality insurance products that usually, believe it or not, increases their coverage.
So take me through. Let's start with like the two big scenarios that we would deal with would be us being our firm being a marital and family law firm. We generally deal with people who have paternity issues, such as have children, or people who are getting divorced. Let's start with the younger people having children, because now these days, especially, I have a funny feeling there's going to be a rise in children being born after the lockdown. So you're a young person, you're 26 years old, you're off your parents' health insurance plan, you're no longer a student, and you have a kid. So the kid can generally be covered by what's called Florida Healthy Kids in most scenarios. But what about the parents? How can you help those people?
Correct, correct. So the parents are looking for good solutions. They usually want insurance that's mobile. If they go visit their family in a different area of the state or in a different city, or they want to travel or go on vacation, they want insurance that goes with them. Most of the ACA options don't do that in most states. So that option is disappointing in that area. It also tends to be very expensive for that crowd. They feel like they're paying a lot of money. And because of the high deductibles, the insurance plan doesn't help them very much, short of them having a fairly serious event. So they feel like it's prohibitively expensive and they're getting very little return on that. So for the parents, they're usually young and healthy. That makes underwriting a breeze. It's kind of like being a good driver on your car insurance. Every insurance company wants you. They're willing to offer you high quality coverage at a fair rate. What we're discovering is that this is a fairly new area of insurance. Most people don't realize it's there. They're used to dealing with private short-term plans, which don't offer great coverage. Having this big, robust coverage that underwrites these healthy people and gives them a fair price is a relatively new thing. So, we look at that person, we interview, we learn a little bit about what their needs are, and then we kind of customize. All the plans are customizable, so we customize a solution for them that fits in the budget, and then helps provide the type of coverage they want.
And you're generally accessible to your clients, so it's something where if someone wanted to reach you, how do you prefer to be reached? Especially for the young healthy.
Absolutely, man. Those people are usually very active on social media. Facebook is still, frankly, probably the social media type that they all have access to. So I've just got a general insurance page called Weigle Insurance on Facebook. My last name is Weigle, Weigle, and we answer general questions there. People can message us and get answers to very specific questions. We have fun articles and facts and that kind of thing there.
In the event that someone does go through divorce, I think we touched on it for a minute, where you could be on your spouse's health insurance for like 10, 15 years and not even know, you just get handed an insurance card. I can understand as someone who's a small business owner when I was told you have to get your own health insurance and I was no longer working for a bigger company that provided it. I was totally lost about what to do. And I could only imagine if you were going through a divorce and all those type of concepts that you do with me, how not just intimidating, but how scary it could be of not knowing. What does someone like you provide for people, like a free consultation? Do you guys provide any information or any ability to talk to a person and walking them through the process?
Man, you hit the nail right on the head. I mean, you literally took the words out of my mouth. The number one commonality I find among those people, regardless of their age, man, they may be on a spouse's plan for 30 years and now they're having to shop it themselves. The one common thread I find is that it's intimidating. They don't know where to go. They don't know where to start. And if you go online and put your phone number out there, you're going to get 65 calls a day for the next 3 months. It drives people crazy. And everybody's trying to sell something, so they're not really sure what to believe or who to trust. So, Mark, our consult is free. Like most insurance agents, we get paid when you buy an insurance product and pay your premium, and then the insurance company pays us a commission. So we will go through a complete consult with someone. We have access to everything that's available nationwide. So we help them assess the different types of plans, and then we try to hone in on specific plans that do what they want to do. And then we try to customize those plans with the features and benefits they expect to see out of a plan. And one of the things I really like about the system we've created is that we do it in real time, and we show it. We can invite the client onto our computer screen so they can see the plan in real time. They're not having to trust me or take my word on it. They can see it. It helps them understand a little bit more about what's going on and ask good, relevant questions while we're building the plan. If we do that well, claims day is a much better day than if we take a shortcut up front and it's not built right and they have a claim later.
The biggest thing for me, in general, I tell my clients all the time is information. We educate, especially in our world.
Absolutely.
Oh, side question. Do you work with everyone? Do you work with the LGBT world?
Absolutely.
Perfect.
Absolutely.
A large part of our practice is LGBT world. And, big thing for us is education. We push education, and it's wonderful you guys do the same. Are you an Apple or an Android person?
I'm an Apple guy.
Apple. So you don't have a flip phone.
I do not have a flip phone. I'm not mad at you if you have a flip phone unless we're in a group chat. Other than that, no problem.
And I remember hearing at one point that you're a pretty big Dolphins fan. Is it the rumor true that if Tua wins his first start coming up this weekend, that you will name your first?
Those rumors are out there. I think that they're probably misinformed, those people, Mark.
It came from Adam Schefter.
Maybe the dog. We could name the dog Tua.
Adam Schefter is pretty much a good source in these type of things. I saw he tweeted about an hour ago, but you never know we never know if it's right or wrong.
Hey, I'm just flattered to be relevant, Thanks, Adam.
And how you doing in your fantasy football this year?
You know what? Doing okay this year. I think my wife trounced me a few weeks ago, but other than that, I'm winning some games here.
Well, you know what? At least, does your fantasy football team have a fun insurance name?
It's we have a fun COVID related name.
I think
Yeah,
it's
it's
total coverage.
yeah, it's all about being safe, being covered, and beating COVID. So yeah, we're having a good time, man.
So in general, with your job and where you're working in sunny South Florida today, as we can see with the rain, what is the biggest hurdle that your clients have with insurance?
I mean, really, it's probably what we've touched on. It's probably not knowing where to go. If you have questions about car insurance, you know the big names. You can go to an independent agent down the street and have a place that you can walk in and talk to someone. You can go to an Allstate or a State Farm, and you know and trust those names. The the brick and mortar offices for health insurance have disappeared, and so people go online, and that creates the dilemma that I described earlier, where you get a bunch of phone calls and it's people that you don't know. It feels like everybody's very self-serving and trying to push a product, and that's intimidating for a client and a bit discouraging because I think they don't know who to trust. So I'm with you, man. I think that education is the key. I do think it helps people feel comfortable and understand how to make good decisions. What we found, if we can offer the information and show someone how a policy works and what the policy build looks like, they'll make good decisions about insurance, but they just haven't had anyone ever walk them through the details about it. They've been flying blind.
Something that's really important that we ran into recently was uh, my family did an insurance policy, not with you, not for health insurance, I assure you. And we got sold something that we told was going to be amazing and perfect, and turned out that it was completely wrong. And when we called the insurance individual, he changed his number, moved to a different state, he switched agencies, and I guess he got paid in his premium, and then with a lot of people sold this bill of goods and left. How long have you been in insurance agency? I know you mentioned you've had a good track record, but how long have you been there?
Gosh, insurance overall, probably 27 years. I've been here closing in on 5 years, and we've got a team here, Mark. So let's say something did happen to me, man. Let's say I retire, resign, got sick, moved away, something happened. We've got a team of agents here. So normally I try to introduce a client to another team member, and that way they've got another name here. If for some reason I'm unavailable on a particular day, or maybe I have moved or made a change. I don't anticipate a change like that coming, but the question is still valid. Just like your office, if they go in, they've got you if you're there, but if you're out with a client, they may have access to Anya or someone else, right? So we try to provide that same level of service. So if they don't have me one day, they've got somebody else that can help them get questions answered, get policy updates made and changes made, and get the information they need.
Well, Ryan, well, you already mentioned you're on social media and Facebook, and I'm sure we can put that across the bottom again so everyone can see you and send you a lot of fun cat memes also. But we work on it, and also
Thank
for
you.
our perspective is you are available to your clients, and something that we deal with all the time is besides education is being available for the client to answer questions. What seems like 24 hours a day, but we all have to sleep eventually, and so coming up soon is open enrollment. How does that affect you guys?
Man, the 24 hours a day thing is valid. I used to not like the fact that people wanted to communicate bad happen. So I do enjoy that a quick text message can help ease someone's ease someone's mind. That's a nice way to communicate. The open enrollment thing just turns us on. I mean, our days are long. We get here about 7:30 in the morning, and during open enrollment, it's not uncommon for me to leave at 10 o'clock at night, and we'll do that 5 days a week, and then Saturday and Sunday. I may get here still probably at 7:30 or so, but maybe I'll work till 5 p.m. instead of 10 p.m. And then a Sunday, maybe we take some time and sleep a little bit on Sunday morning, go to church, something like that, but then come in after that and still probably work, 6 hours or so on a Sunday. So it's a lot. But it's most of the country doesn't realize that they can go to a plan like ours any month, any day of the year. They think every plan works like the ACA plans. And so we realize that because they think that's the only time they can shop, we've got to be available. It's when the clients are available, and it's when they're looking around looking for answers.
Jay, I think we're out of time. Thank you so much for being on set with Sawicki. We hope you keep following. We hope that all of our clients and our followers and your followers get to learn a little more about you the great job you do with insurance, and that you're going to promise that next time you're on, it'll be sunny.
Man, absolutely. Mark, thank you for having me. I appreciate it so much. Enjoy following you guys and keeping up with you. Had a pleasure working with you, man. Thanks for all you do.
Thanks. Have a great day.
Thank you, man. You too.